Hey, Huckster here. Are these Christians really as eager to see the end of the world as what they preach on YouTube? And some of them tell you things are ratcheting up, and they've been telling you that for over a year. And some of them say that all these recent signs, like the Japan earthquake, Christchurch earthquake, it's almost as bad as Pat Robertson with the Haiti earthquake, saying it's God doing it. And what they actually do is say that the scriptures written by the inspired apostles are wrong. The apostles themselves are false prophets, and that they, here in the 21st century, are the new prophets of God, and they're making up a whole new ending to the game. A few years ago, John Hagee on TBN was talking to Benny Hinn, and he was talking about the current Iraqi crisis, that he said that it was the beginning of the end, and that the rapture would likely occur within 6 months from the time he's saying this on TBN. That 6 months has long came and gone. According to my Bible, that makes John Hagee and anybody else that predicts things like that a false prophet. In Luke 21:8, Jesus said that some Christians would come with premature messages of the end, and they would say the end is drawn near, do not go after them. We all know to who he was speaking, to what generation he was warning with this apply. Jesus said that no one was to proclaim the end was near until the end was actually near. He told his disciples not to follow anyone that said the end was near when the end was not actually near. Anyone proclaiming the nearness of the end when it wasn't was to be considered a false teacher. Christians today say that our generation has more signs to indicate that Christ could come in our generation than any generation before us. When they make that statement, they make Jesus and the inspired apostles false teachers. On the one hand, they believe it's wrong to predict the time of the end if it's not the time of the end. But they say they're right by saying these are the last days. The signs we're seeing today are signs of the end. Jesus' personal disciples in my Bible, King James Version, said the end was near. James 5:8, 1 Peter 4:5, 7:17, and on and on. And they said that 2,000 years ago, after Jesus had told them, if anyone tells you the end is near when it's not, they're to be considered false prophets. According to Christians on YouTube, on TV today, the biblical writers were 2,000 years early in their proclamation. This means that they were wrong. This makes Jesus' own disciples to be the very false prophets that he warned them about when he said, don't say it's near before it's near. That makes anybody since the time of the end in that first century till today that says the end is near when it's not, makes them all false prophets. And there's thousands of predictions over the past 2,000 years. Today, Christians think nothing of saying the end is near after reading the scriptures. Don't you think it's about time that we take Bible writers seriously and accept their declarations that the end was near in the first century? Don't you think it's about time we hold these present-day Christians making all these irresponsible prognostications responsible for what they're saying? John Hagee was wrong when he says he believes within 6 months the rapture was to take place years ago. These people need to be courageous enough and honest enough to admit it. Either that or admit that they're not true Christians and they're making up a new gospel as they go along. I welcome anybody's comment on this. Peace, love, justice, understanding, music, and friends.